we are going to take a moment here before we start talking about the box office bombs to ourselves theoretically construct a bomb. Aaron and I were talking recently. We were thinking, we watched the Space Jam 2 trailer, which is embarrassing.
Oh, yeah.
And it's Warner Brothers cramming all of the properties that they've ever made, that they've ever owned into one movie, or to the point where you see Alex DeLarge and his droogs from A Clockwork Orange, a rated R or X movie.
Film. Yeah, I want to note, I listened back to earlier episodes of this podcast, and in one, I state that Warner Brothers does really good work with their IP, using their IPs, and then you said, wait until Space Jam 2.
Oh.
And then,
Yeah, that was before the trailer.
Yeah, that was before anything came out.
We have a resident psychic.
You knew this was going to be a cringe post. You knew.
Yeah, so that idea sparked in us, what if other studios attempted it? Because we've seen Disney do it with Ralph Breaks the Internet. Mm-hmm. We've seen Warner Brothers do it time and time again
50
with
times.
Lego Batman movie,
Ready Player
One, and now Space Jam 2. Mm-hmm. What if another allegedly powerhouse movie studio, one that's been around since the dawn of cinema, what if they tried to make a movie with their properties? What if Paramount Pictures tried to make a Space Jam 2 type deal where all of the beloved characters throughout the years come together in a fun romp for the whole family?
Yeah, I'm looking at sort of a vague list of their properties, and so my thinking is that what if
well, what's your immediate thought, Evan, when you see the amount of things on this list that this major studio owns?
And the fact that you have to subtract a lot of
my immediate thought is like, wow, that's kind of sad.
Yeah, and a lot of them on this very short list, maybe 20 long, a lot of them are not truly owned by Paramount anymore.
Yeah, like they used to be.
Popeye's on here. That is now owned by Warner. Iron Man, nope.
Yep, that's Disney, baby.
Yeah, so we are looking at just on a Wikipedia list of overall the biggest franchises. There's 10 to 15 to work with, which is not a good start.
Right.
No, Friday the 13th, that's out the window too.
Damn it. Is it?
Yep,
yeah. I wasn't sure about that one. Yeah.
Well, actually, I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe they get to have Hockey Mask Jason. So he just can't have any of his character traits or anything, but I believe he can appear.
Oh, so we have Hockey Mask Jason?
Okay, we can work with that.
Yeah. I was going to suggest that, I haven't thought out the protagonist, but what if Jason teamed up from vague, undefined ghosts from Paranormal Activity? What if they teamed up with the villains in The Godfather, and that they were the villains?
Do you know who the villains in The Godfather are?
No.
I've seen The Godfather. I don't know who the villains of The Godfather are.
Well, the villains are truly the protagonists. It's, they're twisted individuals.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I
guess.
Paint
and grays.
No, you're right. Just the word villain made me picture they beat bad guys. Like The Godfather beats up a villain.
Well, Evan is coming from a place of having seen none of these things, so let's break down what we're going to need to
I've seen the Friday
put this together.
movies.
Yeah, a thing we can barely use, if at all.
Okay.
Evan, you're not bringing much to this pitch meeting, okay? I'm going to need you to focus. So what we're looking at is we need to have a general reason for these characters all to come together. We need to have a protagonist, vaguely defined, part of none of these franchises. As with these movies, you have someone to carry it, and then everyone else fills in the cracks. So what does he do? He or she do? We need to develop the protagonist's ragtag team of heroes out of all of these. All of these makes it sound like there's a lot. Out of these properties. And then the antagonist team and the leader of the antagonist team, who can be one of these properties, as you generally see.
Okay.
So I did the research on this, and we already said that there's barely anything, but I also went into the individual movies that Paramount owns, like throughout all time, starting in the 1900s. So that is 120 years of stuff to work with. And I can tell you that list is primarily filled with things that are noted distribution only, and the stuff that literally every Paramount film that has survived time made before 1950 now belongs to Universal. So the Marx Brothers, who Paramount built their studio on, out of the picture.
Okay. Is Indiana Jones still owned by them?
No, they never owned them. They were distribution only. They distributed it, which it's owned by Lucasfilm, which is now owned by Disney.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, because Fox didn't really own Star Wars, and Paramount didn't really own Indiana Jones.
Yeah, so he's if the protagonist were to be someone from this list, it would be Indiana Jones, right? Immediately gone.
Oh no, it's looking like
I'm thinking
Paramount actually owns none of the shit for Friday anymore.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, Jason's out. Let's start. How do these characters all come together? What is the proverbial serververse?
This is the serververse.
Okay. I'm thinking, what if the protagonist team was all the animated Nick characters, like SpongeBob and whatever else.
Oh, like the Hasbro characters, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and stuff.
Yes. And what if it was like a Jimmy Power Hour type thing where they were transported into a different reality where it's the real world?
Okay.
And then they meet whoever we can scrounge up for villains.
So maybe the Paramount universe is split into different divisions.
Oh, yeah.
Space Jam 2. But Aaron, you had a good suggestion as to how these worlds combine.
Yeah, I was thinking we tie it all in. The entire point of this type of project is the just disgusting brand shit. So you make it so that the plot is that all of these beautiful universes, such as Jack Ryan film series and the fucking Naked Guns and all that shit, all of them live in their own separate universes, as you would expect. There's no crossover between these. But then Paramount, in their infinite wisdom, give us Paramount Plus, uniting all of the disparate worlds under their umbrella, which connects all of them. But then that creates new problems. It's we have to interact between each other. People are going between worlds, and I'm thinking the good guys, they want to make sure that we, the viewer, they get to keep hanging out, and we, the viewer, get to watch their content together. So they want to keep Paramount Plus open. But the bad guys want to, they want power over their own domains. So they want to destroy Paramount Plus.
Can I join this team? Where do I sign up? Where's the application? So, okay. No, that's a good jumping off point. Okay. Protagonist. Here we go. Here's my idea. The protagonist is a guy that works at Paramount, and he's the one that is setting up the servers and making sure everything's in line for the app, Paramount Plus, right as it's about to launch. And then through some mishap in the magical machine he's using, he gets sucked in, and Evan, he, like you said, he shows up first in the Nicktoon universe, and then he makes his way through them, and through each one he starts to develop a team.
Yes. Yeah, I like that.
I like that. That sounds good. That sounds marketable.
Yeah, okay. So, well, let's try to pull some characters, because we don't want his team just to be Nicktoons, You want to give all the flavors. We're gonna... It's funny. I feel disgusting talking like I am some sort of suit for Viacom. Yeah. We want to give the consumers the flavors of all of these things.
Yeah, so we got to pick a couple of the most notable Nicktoons to be on it. So that's it's got to be SpongeBob.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dora? Maybe?
Dora, probably.
Dora's got to be on the team.
Then maybe like one more.
And we also have to think about the function of these characters in a comedic sense, because no matter what, all of these types of movies kind of just bring the characters down to their most one-dimensional level and make them kind of a joke, no matter what the context they were originally in was.
Like, for example, like they don't know how to get between, they don't know how to easily travel between the worlds and stuff, and that's where Dora comes in, because she has the map.
Oh, yes.
And you could just do the Ninja Turtles as like the third sort of...
I don't want to load up too much on the tunes, though. I think
they don't have to be Turtles. They could be live action.
I think the Ninja Turtles characters in this formula, they can be the guys that you set up at the beginning, and then they are the total ass kickers at the end.
Okay. Oh yeah, they're not going to be a part of this crew. They have their own crew, but then when shit really comes down at the end, they pop in to whoop ass.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. That's good. So then. Oh my god, this is also disparate. So maybe then they move to
I'm trying to
action movie universe.
Yeah, I'm trying to clump things.
Yeah, because the obvious choice is like the real world and then the animated world, but it's like that's too separate enough.
Too few.
Yeah,
that's too few.
Yeah.
So let's say the next one is action. The worlds are genres. Oh, see, because there's the different playlists on Paramount Plus and the different categories that
how it would be sorted on the app.
Okay, so like children's animation is one or whatever. Or
so
just cartoons.
Starts in cartoons because it's kind of a pleasant, like unassuming beginning, right?
Right.
Yes.
But then move into slightly darker territory maybe. And you're in the action world.
Right, where we have Beverly Hills Cop.
I think the main one you want to pull from this is Ethan Hunt from Mission Impossible.
Well, yeah, probably, yeah.
And the only way to do him, I feel, is to make him be a jackass with a big head, much like how Lego Batman is portrayed in the Lego movies.
Right. Yeah, they also have to
Tom Cruise will do this?
No, he wouldn't do it, but someone would do an impression of him.
Yeah, there'll be a guy who kind of looks like Tom Cruise, and they'll really emphasize that he runs weird, and often. That'll be his trait is that he's kind of a douchebag, and he runs everywhere.
And I don't want to load up too much, but I think in the action universe, we'll keep it to limit to maybe one per realm now. So they pick up Ethan Hunt, and he becomes part of the crew. But in their wanderings there, they meet the Transformers. Maybe Eddie Murphy is hanging out with himself, both as his Beverly Hills Cop version and his 48 Hours version.
Okay.
These are so. Just thinking about gags here.
Beverly Hills Cop him and the other him are both in a car, and they get out to talk to the main characters or arrest them or something, and then their car morphs into Bumblebee.
Ooh. And the Axel F theme song plays out of Bumblebee's chest.
Yes.
I was thinking it's Eddie Murphy from Beverly Hills Cop and Eddie Murphy from Coming to America. Would that make more sense?
Ooh. We could maybe have an interaction later.
There's three of them.
What if they add the Eddie Murphys to their teams, and then they meet the other Eddie Murphy, the Prince Akeem, in the comedy world?
Yes. And then they're all they have a thing where they're all best friends.
No, they look like they all relate, and then the two that are part of the group separate and are like, man, we hate that guy. We're not putting him in.
Okay. So then move on to the MTV universe. And I'm thinking that they don't add anyone from their crew here, but they see Beavis and Butthead, and maybe they show up later for a gag. Gotta have Beavis and Butthead. But I'm thinking that at this point there's some sort of trial they have to do to get some sort of piece of information that's going to lead them to the antagonists.
Ooh,
and that is going to be they have to do jackass stunts.
That's good.
Like Johnny Knoxville has the information, but he won't give it to them unless he can record them doing
stunts.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And that section can just be brief. I guess since I mentioned the antagonist, who is going to be the big bad? It has to be the person. What's the final realm that they go into? I guess
and that's
horror.
The evil. I guess. I don't know who would be a really good big baddie.
Khan from Star Trek would be
that would be good.
Would not be bad.
I really want Crocodile Dundee to be in it.
I see G.I. Joe, and I'm thinking maybe Cobra Commander.
Ooh, that's I think that him and Megatron.
Oh yeah, Cobra Commander and Megatron team up.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait. Okay. We have to add Bumblebee or one of the Transformers to the good team.
Yeah. I think Bumblebee and I was thinking about limiting this crew, but who cares? This is going to be a piece of shit. You just want people to see things that they recognize.
Yeah.
So
people to look and clap.
Well, Bumblebee can mostly be driven around and then occasionally does things.
He doesn't need to contribute. He doesn't need to speak.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think if there's any other realms worth visiting. I don't think there are, besides horror. But yeah, you said Paranormal Activity.
It's not actually it's a specific thing, but I feel like with the way they push the property and stuff, they would 100% just have a Star Trek world.
Oh
yeah. That can be
with
a world.
Cartoons.
Or it can just be sci-fi, but Star Trek's the only thing.
There's
in
no
it.
other sci-fi,
well,
so it's just Star Trek world.
Yeah.
Star Trek world, and they meet maybe all the captains are hanging out. Ooh, look, the captains are hanging out. Yeah, that can just be maybe that's where they go during the end of second act breakdown.
Oh yeah, I think they need
the bar scene.
And I think they might need the captain's spaceship to get from A to B, and so they have.
They're at their lowest point. And they happen to be in Star Trek world. They're all in a bar, and Quark is serving up beers and whatever. But then someone offers to pilot them to the final thing, and so that makes Captain Kirk is the Deus Ex Machina to get them to the climax.
Okay,
there we go.
Here's a question: What is this? What is our audience here? What is this rated?
Everyone, Evan.
Well, because we have them doing
PG-13, obviously.
We have them doing jackass stunts and stuff. So yeah, I guess it would have to be PG-13, a little edgy, but not crazy.
Yeah, you do tamer jackass stunts. I mean, they do somewhat tame jackass stunts sometimes in Jackass, but you don't do the cock shit stuff.
Yeah, no, more the television version of Jackass, less the movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, PG-13.
This needs to reach the widest possible audience, and what studios have shown us is they think that PG-13 is the answer to that.
Yes.
So that's your answer, but the only other realm I think needs to be represented is horror.
Yeah, but
because Jason is there.
Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah, we can. Oh wait, no, we established we can't use him, right?
Oh no, that's right. I guess there's no horror.
It would just be Paranormal Activity.
You have the ring.
Yeah, no, there's no way.
The ring.
That's not enough.
Those aren't usable either.
Yeah, they're not because Paranormal Activity doesn't have a face to it. If that makes
those are so heavily based on aesthetics and they're like characters.
Ghosts. Yeah, exactly.
So yeah. I guess there's no more realms to add. I think we have enough for a runtime anyway.
Because we have the Addams Family, which are vaguely horror-y.
And
I think it might be a good idea to separate out all the you have the action shit, and it's just the primary few action things they have, and then you have maybe you just separate out Hasbro for brand.
Yeah, but the problem is you can't stay in these two things too long,
Oh, that's true.
So I think we have the base ones where beats happen.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay. We have that down. how like where does the final conflict take place? Is it maybe all the worlds are like in an apocalyptic event with preferably a blue laser in the sky. They're all just kind of colliding.
Yeah, there's like wormholes opening and everyone's running in from all the different channels.
Yes, just do Endgame.
Yes.
Just do Endgame.
With Megatron sitting on a fucking stump or whatever, like Thanos does. Wait, I just want to go through real quick, because we established Cobra Commander and Megatron are the big bads. So they have to get assistance from, like, Plankton and...
Oh, yeah.
There's the gang of... The main two are Megatron, but the B plot of the movie is have them run around, make their own group of villains throughout the worlds.
Yeah, and so that way, because you always need to have more villains than heroes, like at least an equal number, but with this it's always more villains, so then they can beat up Bebop and Rocksteady and all that.
I feel like we have less good picks for villains, though.
Yeah, it's like, okay, 100%.
Maybe you could get, like, a couple, like, random Star Trek villains.
Well, yeah.
You can get Khan, you can get Samara from The Ring.
You can get Bebop and Rocksteady from
Teenage
Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Mostly just ones from the things, from the properties that the protagonist characters come from.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For mirroring purposes. Like poetry, it should rhyme.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
We've definitely put more thought into this than the executives and everything that would make this in real life.
Yeah.
So I think we deserve a paycheck for just doing this portion of the podcast. But can we estimate the budget that they would allow us and how much money it would make? And if it would even go to theaters, I guess.
Like I don't see a world in which they do this for like under like $150 million.
Yeah, no. Do you think that we could push it to $200 million?
I think we could. Like Ready Player One was like 175, and like I think if we pushed this right,
if you really pushed it like Endgame or whatever, or like a Ready Player One.
You convince them that this is our Endgame. This is our $3 billion movie.
Right. With all of our shit in it.
But
well, and nothing has been proved in the past 4 years, if not that Viacom is a very desperate corporation.
Yeah, like the main Transformers movies alone get like $200 million budgets. So yeah, I think we could safely get $200 million for this.
Yeah.
And how much would it make at the box office?
I mean, that's
nothing. Okay, I'm trying here. Like, it has some characters. People like.
People like SpongeBob.
People like the Transformers. People like, it's mostly the kids stuff. Most of this adult
it's
stuff.
Almost exclusively the kids stuff.
It's like mission. Like. Yeah, like,
it's
man.
Unmarketable.
You're
is. Right.
It would make less than fucking Ready Player One, and that made like, I believe it made like mid-5s. So it's like, I think this would make like $400 million at best. Worldwide, at best. I'm gonna go high 3s. But
yeah, I was gonna say I think that's a little too optimistic.
Let's say about like 350 to 75 on
kind of like a Joss Whedon's Justice League kind of situation.
Yeah, and then on a $200 million budget, which would be a failure.
Cataclysmic, and maybe in the end that'll be our ultimate. We'll succeed in our ultimate goal of bringing down Paramount Plus. Enemy of the podcast, Paramount Plus.
Don't say. We want them to buy our idea. No, cut that out.
Yeah, edit that shit right out of here. Here, I'll cover it for you. If Paramount wants to use any of these fantastic marketable ideas that will lead to a $2 to $3 billion international gross,
bargainbingepod@gmail.com. You can send us the money in the first email.
Yeah, just hit us up with the Venmo for the budget.
Yeah, Papa's $200 million on Venmo.
Well, we got the resources. Don't worry about it. They're in Cuba And you won't hear from us for a very long time.
Well, yeah, this kind of takes a long time to develop, man.
Hey, we gotta get it, we're doing our work here. You do yours, okay?
Yeah.
Go fucking, I don't know, finally remaster movies that aren't on Blu-ray, even though they're classics, you fucking assholes.
Thanks,
Anyway.
Paramount.
We
Thanks,
love
Viacom.
Paramount Plus and all of its franchises. What's it called?
I think the Paramount Plus movie is just as lazy as it
Just
should
as lazy
be.
as possible? Okay.
Yeah.
The Emoji Movie.
Well, okay. See, the thing is, I said a number earlier, but that number is based on, like, people like franchise and show up for franchise, and that's a reasonable thing to make a number off of. But the movie's dog shit. So, the number would probably be a little lower, because people would, maybe show up for opening weekend, just because, I like Transformers. I like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But when they see the product and the shilling...
Yeah. That's going to be some Battlefield Earth drop-off in the second week.
It needs to be a walking, talking ad like the Emoji Movie.
Yeah, the Emoji Movie was profitable, though.
They need to highlight features of their app or something that's different from other streaming services.
Can the hero guy, who works on the app, when he's in the world, he's like, oh, you guys got like weird powers and like all this stuff. It's like, I'm just like a guy. But then at the end, he shoots out like the stars from the Paramount logo.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah, that's his power.
Yeah, I think that's the scene I'm going to describe to my new best friend, Josh Brolin, who recently came into my place of work, and I held the door for him, and I said, have a good evening. So, I mean, I'm making connections.
Yeah.
I think I can get the money behind this, so I think we're going places. I think the Southwest is going to rise, and we're going to create a whole entire new industry boom with this movie.
Paramount Plus movie.
and maybe not be the bomb that I thought it could be to overtake John Carter.
Well, you can take the hit characters from Paramount Plus movie. Like, people might attach themselves to these weird new characters like SpongeBob and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, make spin-offs.
Make spin-offs in like a cinematic universe.
We can only pray.